Court today. Hood was travelling along Gerroa Road in March 2015 when she lost control of her car and struck a stationary four-wheel drive. Her 40-year-old passenger died several months after the accident as a result of his injuries. The trial starts in February next year and is expected to take 5 days. The opposition has called on the New South Wales government to come good on promises made before the last election in next month's state budget. It comes as the Premier Mike Baird today visited the $580 million Berry bypass, which is nearing the halfway mark, wrapping up a whirlwind trip through the region.
With his boss in town, Gareth Ward went to work, spruiking his pet project, the Berry Bridge.
Gareth would like to name that bridge behind me the Gareth Ward Bridge, but that won't be happening, just to make sure that everyone's very clear.
10 minutes all it took for Mike Baird to get the lay of the land.
As you can see, the progress has been extraordinary. Berry people and Shoalhaven residents in particular can see the progress is being made.
And so this will be good for the South Coast. It will turbocharge our economy.
But after a cash splash further south yesterday, the Premier had little to show for the Shoalhaven today.
There's no doubt there'll be additional infrastructure here, more good news in many respects, but obviously I will sort of wait for the budget before we talk about that.
As usual, the Premier came, went into Gareth's electorate, spread some hot air around, left the electorate and said nothing.
He was also tight-lipped on whether the state will match the funding for Appin Road improvements after both the Coalition and Opposition pledged $50 million each.
What we'll do is we'll sit down with the federal government, obviously after the election, on whoever wins, and work out a timing and a profile in relation to that project.
Central Shoalhaven residents also left to play the waiting game for any news on the $5 million Bay and Basin police station promised by member for South Coast Shelley Hancock.
I can't bring you up to date in terms of the budget position.
She's a wonderful representative. She's the one that fought and lobbied at my door to get the commitment, and she did such a good job that we're going to honour that commitment.
Jared Constable, WIN News.
The federal electorate of Cunningham had nearly 3 times as many people commit suicide than killed on the roads during a 3-year period. The shocking statistic was released as suicide prevention advocates gathered in the nation's capital, declaring the country is in the middle of a national